One of the saddest things that's happened with the Catholic Church in the last 100 years, and I've heard that the Orthodox Church has been dealing with this too, but there's been this move towards having Protestant-like worship spaces where it's all about minimalist, box-looking churches where its beauty is somehow a sinful thing to have. And so I want to talk about why you should really have that beauty in your church. First off, because it's the house of God, and the house of God should be giving glory to God. Take an example, the parish I grew up in. This is what it looked like. And this is what it looked like before that parish closed down. That was the cathedral of my diocese. Like, that's what happened with the 60s. But like, the 60s was especially bad when it comes to just tearing down the beauty of churches. Add in a bunch of unnecessary carpet, just removing any grandness to your church. And the truth is, as I do get where's the mission parish, so you don't have the ability to have grand churches, and that's okay. Those missionaries are like that. I live in the state of Alaska right now. In Alaska, really all of the parishes up here are all built in a mission church type way because Alaska is still growing out of being a mission church. You have some churches down in Anchorage where there's, a start towards having beautiful churches, but for the most part, all the churches feel like they are a mission church, and that's okay. But building churches in places where it's not for up a quick worship space so you can stop to have a mass, where you take years to build a church that is ugly. Why are we doing this? This is the house of the Lord's. In a way, this is the new temple. Why are we making them ugly? Again, there's a reason why you have mission churches. Quick putting up a place. It's still a valid mass. If it's just set on a picnic table in a war zone, that's still a valid mass. If it's still a valid mass when you're saying a mass outside, but in a way, one of the beauties of where you have the ability to have beautiful churches is that whether you are homeless or a billionaire, you can go into the same church and pray. There's no restrictions on who is allowed in the churches like that. If you enter into a shoebox framed church, it's not going to have the same beauty. It's not going to draw you close to Christ in the same way as you enter into this beautiful grand church. That brings you closer to Christ because you enter it in this. Even people who are not Christian, even atheists, walk into Catholic churches and they know that there's something different there. When they walk into a non-denominational worship center, they don't feel, it feels just like a stage. When they walk into a Catholic church and they see all these the grandness, there's this beauty there that no one else can bring, and they know it. They have this, even if they don't believe in God, they have this feeling of something is different here. Something's going on here. Something's powerful here. There's something powerful here. I may not understand, but I know that all I feel in this moment is I want to kneel down. I want to, whoever these people are worshiping clearly is powerful based off of everything around me. That's what a Catholic church is supposed to do. In a different video, I'm going to be talking about songs of worship. I'm going to mention how really in Mass, Divine Liturgy, whatever name you want to call it, in the service, in the Wedding Feast of the Lamb, the music there is supposed to direct you to God and not just be making you feel good. That is what a beautiful Catholic church does. It causes you, with all that beauty, all you can think about is the greatness of God. If you enter into a church that has no beauty to it, all you're going to feel is, if this is how God is treated, how do I know God is real? If you have a deep devotion to Christ and you enter into one of those churches that are not beautiful, you're still going to be able to have a beautiful Mass. But there's something about the grandness when you have the organ and you have the beauty emanating from that church that just draws you closer. And you find yourself, if you walk into a church like that and you're wearing just what I'm wearing right now, it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel weird. If I walk into a church like this, into a plain Protestant-looking Catholic church, wearing something like this would be like, oh yeah, it fits right in, because you don't feel that uncomfortableness of, I'm in the church of the Lord. I'm in God's house. Why am I wearing a t-shirt? When you enter into a beautiful, beautiful Catholic church, you're going to have that feeling of, I am entering into God's house. I'm entering into a sacred space. I need to wear something that shows that I am meeting the King of Kings. That is what a beautiful Catholic church does. And again, a lot of the priests nowadays, especially the new priests who are being ordained, are having this move towards, let's go back to tradition, let's go back to the beauty of churches. So even in those churches that look super ugly, these new priests are coming in and they're like, okay, let's see what we can do to bring some beauty to the church. Let's see if we can pop some more color in there, draw more to the altar, draw more to Christ's Eucharist. Let's put the tabernacle in the center. So maybe sometimes they do Mass at Oriental. Like whatever it is that just say, okay, let's draw you to the altar. Let's draw you to Christ's sacrifice. Instead of, oh, well, there's just a table and these priests are mumbling something. And I'm not surprised that there are a lot of young people who are turning away from the church, because if that's what the church looks like to you, why would you respect that? But if you grow up in a beautiful Catholic church where everyone is directing their hearts towards Christ, it's gonna be hard to leave, because you're just gonna see the beauty, and you're gonna find true love there. Again, you can find that stuff in those churches because the communities can be beautiful people. But a beautiful Catholic community will want to also bring beauty to God by wanting his church to be beautiful, wanting his house to even show a glimpse of the beauty of him. That is the point of having these beautiful churches. Please, if you are designing a church now, find ways to add something to make it beautiful again. Design it to be beautiful. If you are a priest who is just moving to a new parish, see what you can do to try to bring some beauty to that parish again. In the community and in the architecture, in the actual physical church. What can you do to help your community draw closer to Christ? What can we do as lay people to help our priests? I might be good at painting. What can I do to, like, hey, I'm willing to offer my time to help paint the walls a more beautiful color. I'm willing to paint some artwork for our church. Whatever it is, find a way to help the church turn back to a place of beauty. I pray that the church can find a way to come back to beauty, and I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. Till next time, Peter Wary, signing off.